guys, I'm back with another video. So today's video is another girl talk video. So I'm back with these videos. You know, I've been doing them podcast style for a while. People like these. People say it's a little bit more convenient for them. So I'm back with another podcast, and today's girl talk episode is titled Fashion Nova is anti-black. So this stems from a lot of things that I have come across recently, and not even that recently. So I was just watching my YouTube Nigerian sister Susie Lay on YouTube, and I've been watching her, and in her newest Get Ready With Me video, she spoke on how Fashion Nova has a lack of colored women promoted on their platforms, which I have consistently said in the past before, but just hearing her commentary just really sparked me and made me want to have an elaborated commentary directed towards this specific issue. Now, I know in my last video about Fashion Nova in terms of how they taint a woman's body perception, and I talked about how, you know, if I'm ever good enough to work with them, you know, don't take it personal. But you know what, this is going to be the first time that I backtrack and I really say I don't care. Like, take it personal, because it's the truth, and you know, somebody has to say it. I recently did a paper for one of my summer courses, and we had to create a business plan for a business, and I chose Fashion Nova just because it was the most relevant. I mean, it still is the most relevant. It is, you know, something that everybody knows, something that everybody can relate to. So I was like, you know what, why not just do them? So I was going through their page, because you had to include graphics and visuals, and I just realized the lack of colored people, the lack of colored girls, the lack of color, like just none whatsoever. And when you see lack of color, lack of showmanship, lack of support, lack of advertising a black person, I think it's very easy to equate that to anti-black, not in the sense of anti-black culture or anti-black people, but anti-black advertising. There are a lot of Instagram boutiques, with Fashion Nova being the most notorious, and I look through them and I always see people who don't look like me. I always see people who I necessarily cannot relate to in terms of the color of their skin, even though, yes, at the end of the day, we're all human. But when it still comes down to it, yes, they're showing clothes, they're modeling clothes, but it would be a lot more reassuring to black girls who are, you know, younger, let's say ages like, you know, 10 to like 15, who are still trying to figure out the first half of adolescence, you know, to be showed in a way that makes them feel good. Now, let's not really say that Fashion Nova is the only way a woman can be shown, because some of their pictures are very outlandish and to me can be very condescending to what it means to be a confident, natural woman. But at the same time, it is a platform that showcases women's culture, women's fashion, women's looks, and it shows what is relevant and trending when it comes to fashion right now in 2018. So when I look through these pages, I honestly only ever really see a handful of black women on their page that are being showcased. Let's just be real. Yes, I do see a lot of like Bernice Burgos, who is a brown skinned girl, but at the same time, Bernice Burgos is just dark in color. She's not necessarily black. I'm not saying that to discredit her in any type of way, but I'm just keeping it a bean. Like, she's just not. So I took a Snapchat poll maybe about 3 weeks ago, and I asked people, name somebody in the industry who is a celebrity who gets consistently promoted by Fashion Nova. The average answer that I got was like Kylie Jenner and Cardi B, people like that who don't necessarily look phenotypically black, okay? So obviously they're not, but they're clearly just not black. So when I asked people, name somebody who's black who is promoted by Fashion Nova, the only answer that I got was Black China. And yes, Black China is black, but she's also very light skinned. She's very fair skinned. So these companies take it upon themselves to promote what I call half-assed black promotion, which is you're going to promote black people quite all right, but you're not going to cover the entire spectrum of our culture when it comes to color. So you see a lot of black people who are only light skinned on there or fair skinned. And I'm not saying that doesn't mean that they're black, because clearly light skin, dark skin, brown skin, red skin, you're still black at the end of the day. You're still African American. But at the same time, because our race, our color of our race is so multifaceted, we come in so many different shades. Women of colors come in so many different shades. That's why we're colored and not just, you know, white. It's really imperative that we follow, support, promote, and purchase from places that support all of us inclusively. Fashion Nova perpetuates a lack of inclusivity, which means they just don't include black girls. I want you guys to go on their page and tell me how long you're gonna scroll down. I want you to even time yourself. See how much you have to scroll down before you see someone that is a brown-skinned black girl. And I'm not gonna say a real black girl as if light-skinned girls aren't real black girls, but I'm just saying someone who really looks like you, someone that looks like, let's say, like someone that looks like a Keke Palmer, someone that doesn't look like your typical Zendaya or Saweetie or whatever her name is, like someone that actually just looks like a darker shade of the black girls. You're not going to find it easily. You're going to be scrolling for a good bit before you actually see that. And then when you do see it, you're going to see a lack of it. The average post of a black woman on Fashion Nova's sites is very slim compared to any other race of women or any other color of women that they promote. And that leads me to my next point. Us black girls are so hyped to say that we purchased from Fashion Nova. We got it from Fashion Nova because we're brainwashed into thinking we can be validated by what we wear, which is just typical people shit. But we're validated by what we wear. And if it's from something that's trending, that's popular, that everyone has, we're popping, we're cool, we look good, we cute, yada, 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 all of that. That's cool to an extent, but you have to do that with things that support you, things that promote you, things that care about you. Fashion Nova doesn't give a damn about black models, black girls. They give a damn about their money, but when it comes to promoting them, they don't give a damn. And some of you girls need to realize that. They don't give a damn. They don't give a flying fuck whether about the black girls and what they look like, because they'll sit here and they'll get models who have features that are synonymous to black women, fuller lips, bigger hips, bigger breasts, that type of thing, thicker thighs. Not saying all black women have that, but a lot of them do. Most of us do. Most of us have fuller features, whether from our eyes to our noses. Those are more black features, more African-American features, things that are synonymous with being black, and put them on Latino, white, and that type of thing, and those types of looking girls, and then sell the products. And we're still sitting here brainwashed, running and getting every check that we get bi-weekly to spend a quarter of it on Fashion Nova items to say that we're validated and solidified and promoted by our counterparts and our peers on social media. That's crazy to me. We're so hyped to say that we have Fashion Nova, or I got it from Fashion Nova, and I want to give them an A+ for their marketing, because to be honest, they do a hell of a job marketing. They get people like Kylie Jenner, like I said, and Cardi B and Black China, and even some familiar faces that may not be the biggest people, but people that people can at least recognize, such as like Jackie Aina and maybe some YouTube stars here and there, and give them these clothes and tell them to promote it just to make up for their lack of actually posting it to their bigger mass of followers. Fashion Nova has 13 million followers? And you would think that they would at least post black women, people that look dark and black, but they don't. And when they do, it's very, very seldom. It's very, very small. It's not really noticeable, because I don't think Fashion Nova really gives a fuck about what their black models look like and the people that are actually their target audience who buy their clothes. They don't. They honestly don't. So if you like their stuff, okay, that's fine. You can buy it. You can honestly wear whatever you want. I'm not going to sit up here and say I don't have anything from Fashion Nova. Actually, I have 2 items from Fashion Nova. One being a pair of jeans that I bought, I believe, 2 weeks ago, and one being a bodysuit that I bought 2 years ago. Those are the 2 items that I have from Fashion Nova. I like the items, don't get me wrong. But when it comes to actually putting our money towards, our hard-earned money at that, towards a company that consistently has showed us that they don't really give a fuck to promote us, but want to promote our features, you have to take that into consideration. And also what kills me is how a lot of you will sit here and purchase and support and put your hard-earned money towards companies that do the same exact rhetoric, but won't even support your own black businesses locally and non-locally. Sip on that tea. One thing about Fashion Nova and all these Instagram boutiques, they get their clothes from the exact same places. Fashion Nova puts their tag on clothes. Yes, quite all right. But at the end of the day, they still have brands that they buy from and resell. And a lot of those brands are usually Asian-based brands. And you see that a lot of these clothes are made in Asian companies. Now, I always tell people, okay, you can get the same thing from AliExpress. Yes, it takes longer shipping. Yes, it may not be the same quality. But if you do your research, watch the right videos, and pay attention to reviews, you can get the same thing for a fraction of cost from somewhere else. Now, China, do they really give a fuck about us? Not really. The Chinese companies are definitely big culprits of perpetuating the look and feel features of Black women and then promoting it. But I have to say, they do reuse pictures from these American-based sites to sell their products. They usually are just here to make the products and sell them, not really to fall into the whole advertising and marketing aspects of their actual stores. All in all, I say this to say, ladies and gentlemen, Fashion Nova to me is severely just not here for the melanin. If they were, you would see inclusive pictures from their models on their sites. And we don't see that. I don't see that. You don't see that. Scroll down on their page. You don't see that. There are a plethora of other companies that you guys can purchase from. If you watch Susan's video, which I will leave in the description box down below, she gives an entire suggestions of different companies that fall into the same bullshit that Fashion Nova does and companies that don't, with similar items that you can purchase from. At the end of the day, you're still buying the same shit. But who's going to promote you? Who's going to say that we're really here for you? Who's really going to say that they give a fuck about what you look like? Fashion Nova is not one of them, ladies. Trust me. And it's crazy how most of their consumers are Black women. I bet you it is. A lot of us really want to get up here and promote that because their clothes are like urban culture type of clothes, which stems from Black culture. At the end of the day, you can buy whatever you want, but I wouldn't allot that much more of your money into a company who is consistently showing that they really don't give a fuck. It may seem like, okay, Chioma, you're just really just stretching it. It's not that serious. Okay, it's just clothes. But you guys have to understand that this is a pattern. This is going to continue to happen. You wonder why when you're growing up, there's boys that favor the light-skinned girls or the girls that's not looking Black. You see that even now. You see Black male celebrities that do the same thing. You see us working 10 times as hard to be in the careers that we want, in the fields that we want, get the opportunities that we want. And that same thing is even being perpetuated down to the clothes that we wear. Think about that. So that is it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment down below any type of commentary on my commentary. This is a Girl Talk series. I do this, okay? I really like doing this. So if you guys like this video, definitely subscribe and always tune into my Girl Talk videos. Follow me on all of my social media and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.
Me a different road, no stop signs. Why niggas go they hate me sometimes? We dey migrate to the sunshine, yeah. Who you at? Who you at? Came from the streets, did it for myself. You won't keep my rep, you talk say you rep. Who you rep? If I yes say you rep. You ain't bad shit, bad man shit, PJ shit, old man shit.